Hello, land seekers. I hope you're doing well. And you know what? If you're looking for land, well, guess what? You're in the right place because tonight I've got 27 properties and a couple cool states that we really haven't talked about a lot. I'll have to tell you more about that in one second. But if you're looking for land, this is the place to be. All of the properties that I'm going to show you tonight, they all come with owner financing. And well, what does that mean? Well, owner financing means that you get to invest in the land that you're going to see here tonight without having to go down to the bank, run down there, ask them, hey, please, can I get some money for this thing? You don't have to deal with that because I'm going to tell you or show you how you can buy land and let the owners of that land finance it for you. And like always, I'm glad you're here. I'm Scott from landmodo.com, and this channel is about helping you to make your land ownership dreams a reality. When? Today, not tomorrow. You can do it today. So let's help you find some properties that might be of interest to you. Now, look, before we get going, some of you are just my regular viewers, and I love it when you guys are back, so welcome back. But if you're new here, let me just kind of lay down the foundation for you. All of the properties that you're going to see here tonight and more. Look, we have 3,500 properties. I think it's up to 3,700 now, properties on landmodo.com. Landmodo is a land listing platform that allows you to connect directly with the sellers who offer owner financing. Owner financing is sometimes called seller financing. And what that means is that, guess what? There's no credit check, no banks, no hassle. Why does this even exist? Why is this possible? You see, the owners of the land, they know that it's hard to get bank financing for land. So oftentimes they will sell it with low down payments, low monthly payments. And for that, you get the opportunity to own the land that you want. Now, tonight, as we go through tonight's conversation, I'm going to share with you some buckets. You'll hear me say bucket 1, bucket 3, bucket 4. What is that? What is a bucket? Well, if you scroll down to the description, I've got a short code there, a short listing of all of the buckets and what they mean. So guess what? You can find out all that you want right there. Now, let me show you the states that we're going to cover here tonight. Here we go. We've got Arizona. Look, sometimes people say, why do you always start off with desert land? Well, it starts with A. I don't know. I didn't put the desert in Arizona. All I got to do is just report on it. If you're looking for land that's not in Arizona, guess what? Hang tight. We've got more coming. Colorado. Okay. Florida, North Carolina, Oregon, Tennessee. We got some properties in Tennessee, and I will give you an update on our Tennessee land that's coming available real soon. Utah. Someone said to me, I waited the other day for Utah and it wasn't there. I have double checked. Utah is in this slide tonight. Sorry, but Utah is here. And also a newcomer for us. We haven't talked about this state yet. Washington State. Not Washington, D.C., Washington State. Way up that way from where I'm located. All of the properties, all of them that you're going to see here tonight, guess what? You can get a complete rundown by going to this website. Can't get my finger to point in the right direction. Still can't do it. This way. There we go. You can go to landmodo.com/YT for YouTube. And this is our 19th episode. So boom, 19. That's why the 19's there. If you want to see last week's, go to YT.18 or YT18. Sounds like Y2000. Remember that fiasco? All right, let's get going tonight. We'll take that down. Let's look at some of these properties that we have available to you tonight. You already know that the first state is going to be Arizona. So let's bring up this first property in Arizona, and here it is. This one is in Apache County. It's $5,000. It's 1 acre for $5,000. $199 down, $99 a month, and you'll notice for the terms it says let's talk. Now let's do this. Let's talk about what all this stuff means, okay? So as we look at this, the county's on there. This is a picture of the property, 1 acre, $5,000, you get that. Down payment. So the owner of this property is saying, hey, listen, I will owner finance this property for how much? For $199 down. Think about that for a minute. You go to a bank and I'm trying to buy something right now. I go to the bank and I'm like, hey, listen, I want to buy this thing. They're like, yeah, no problem. 15 to 20% down. Wow, that's a lot of money down. Okay, but that's what the bank requires. So guess what? Look at this, $199 down. and then $99 a month. Now, why does it say let's talk? It means that the owner is open to talk to you. The owner is open to working with you. And I encourage you to do that. Get on the phone with them. You're like, where's the phone number, buddy? Here's how you do it. You go right here, write down that number, this little website right here. Write down http:// That's a short code. That's like a short one, because if I went to landmoto.com and all this other stuff, it'd be forever. It'd be like this big. lmoto.ws / that number right there. Every property I'm going to show you tonight has a number. Type that into your web browser, but not right now. Not right now. And all of a sudden, what you'll do is that will take you to the property, and you can learn more about it. And their phone numbers on there too, okay? Now, there's a comment here that says, beware, some people are adding a charge to your payment. They are adding extra $10 a month, and you only have so many days that you can camp on your property. Now, let's talk about that for a second, because I want to cover that, because that's an important piece here. So what happens is, first of all, when they say that you can only camp on the property for a certain number of days, that's oftentimes a result of the county. It's not has anything to do with the seller. The seller's just telling you what the county will do. Now, don't be surprised if you go, and most sellers will in fact charge like a $10 note servicing fee. Now, why is that? Well, this $10 a month note servicing fee that you'll see on there, it's for them to hold the paper. They've got to pay for the accounting on it. They got to pay for the system that's going to keep track of your balance and all that other stuff. So $10, it's a very fair fee, and you're like, I'm going to get $99 down, or $99 a month. Think about it. $10 fee, and that's for their accounting and their office personnel and everything like that to go do all of the accounting work for behind it. So again, look, $10, I get it. Okay, it's $10. But remember, they're providing a service for you, which is that owner financing component. And I appreciate you bringing that up tonight. All right, let's move on to our next property. Next property here is a 0.9 acres. Yep, almost 1 acre there, 0.9 acres, $20,000. Okay, $20,784. Flexible in the down payment. $433 a month for 48 months. Now, what I'd like to share with you here is what I want you thinking about is, think about this for a second. In this picture, you're seeing some power poles. What does that mean? That means that there's power in the area. That's a good thing when you have power in the area, because if you're a bucket one user looking for something today, bucket one means you're ready to go there today. Well, you're going to want power there. And the fact that power is there, boom, you're in a winning situation. Bucket two, let's talk about bucket two. That's a place that you want to move on into in the future. Okay, you got power there. That's an important piece. Bucket three, recreational user, looking for a place that you can go camping. This would not be a bucket three property. So if you're looking for somewhere you can camp, don't do it. Bucket four, that means you're a longer term investor. You're ready to hold. You don't trust Bitcoin. The stock market is up and down all the time, going crazy. Buy America. They don't make it anymore. Yeah, this would be a great property. Now, I also want to point out to you the monthly payment. Think about this monthly payment for a minute. $433 a month. That's hard to argue with for $433 a month, because you can't even buy some cars for $400 a month. So when I see this, I think, wow, you got a lot of benefits here, a lot of components. So, man, you got a lot of winning factors there. This is definitely one to consider and to think about. Moving on to our next property. This one is in Cochise County, Arizona. 41 acres. 41 acres. All right. 41 acres, $50,000 down payment cost, flexible on the monthly payment, flexible on the terms. Look, that's a big piece of property. Okay, here's a milestone and I talk about this frequently. Here's a milestone that I look at. I look at, can I get property for $1,000 an acre? That's a key milestone. I get a lot of people asking me, hey, can I get $1,000 an acre property? And okay, 41 acres on this one. At $1,000 a piece, that would be $41,000. This is $50,000. A little outside that benchmark. Okay, now not every area is going to support $1,000 an acre, but a lot of people ask me, like, where can I get it for $1,000 an acre? Well, this is pretty close. This is pretty close. So when I look at this property, look at the roads in there. Let's make this picture big again. Look at the roads in there. Look at the power poles in there. Okay, so you've got access to the property, you got power to the area, good long-term investment. I believe that this is in the Brooks Ranches in Cochise. I could be wrong, but I believe that it is. And that area is just incredible. It's incredible. Just beautiful. And again, for almost $1,000 an acre, this is a winner. So if you're looking for 40 acres, write down that short code right there and head to it after this video is over with and learn more about this, and pick up the phone and call the seller and say, hey, I saw you on Land Moto. What can we do? Learn more and see if they're flexible. Mojave, 1 acre for 8,000. Let's see, 8,995, 299 down, 176 a month for 72 months. All right. Okay, this is a buildable lot. So how do I know that? Well, you got other homes in the area, you got power in the area, you're near Vegas, you're just south of Vegas in Mojave. Now, notice here that it says borders public or BLM land. And if you look to the top of that picture, you'll see that's in yellow. Here, I'll make it big. See that yellow area at the top of the picture there? Well, what that represents or what that signifies is it often signifies the fact that that land is basically government land. It's BLM land, Bureau of Land Management land. It's owned by the United States government. What does that mean? Okay, so a lot of times we think of like this government land as like roped off land that we can't enjoy, but not BLM land. BLM land is open to all citizens. So you want to go out there and ride your ATV? Go on out there. Primitive camping on BLM land, it is possible. You can research that a little bit, but BLM land is open to primitive camping. You have an entire 640 acre, that's how large those tracts are, 640 acres of government land right there next to you. And when you think about it, when you think about this component of it, what you're seeing here is you're seeing the fact that the government has all that land that you're going to have access to. Look at the price, $299 down, $176 a month for 72 months. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. Janet says, I love your content. Enjoy your presentation, even when you get distracted. I do get distracted. I see this stuff and I want to talk about it. I see these comments and I'm trying to read. Like I was just trying to read Janet's comments there too. All right, focus on our next property. Let's see what we have here. All right, so here we have a third of an acre. Okay, third of an acre, $2,000. Wow. Where else in America can you buy a third of an acre for $2,000 cash? Think about that for a second. If you have $2,000 laying around, you can call up this land seller and go, hey, listen, I like this property. Okay, you can seriously own a third of an acre for $2,000 right here. Notice though, here we go. Notice that the down payment is my favorite number. It's $100. Okay, it's $99. It's less than $100. Why is that a good deal? I mean, look at this. You're able to own a third of an acre. If you don't have the $2,000 cash today, you're able to pick up the phone, call the seller, or even email them. You go to this short code right here, this 6-digit short code. We made it to the 6 digits. You go to that short code, and what do? You learn more about it. You inquire about it. You hit the send me more information or learn more about it. And that's going to connect you right with the seller. Or again, the phone number, pick up the phone and call them. So think about this. You have $2,000. You can go and buy the property full cash right there. You don't have the $2,000? No worries. You make a $99 down payment. You make this down payment. And then you make subsequent payments of $49 a month for 60 months. And the property is all yours, all yours. And not once did you have to pick up the phone and guess what? Call the bank. You didn't have to do it. Did not have to do it one time. All right, let's keep on moving to our next property tonight. So here, this is a property in, it's in Apache. 1 acre, $5,000, $99 down, $99 a month for 60 months. Boo, they get the whole award here. They get the $99 down. Yes, they get the $99 a month. Boom, 60 months. Winner. Here you go. Looking for a property, 1 acre in Apache. Now, let's talk about the usage. Are you going to go out there and move out there today? Well, if you want to live off the grid, go ahead. Now you got to make sure you comply with the county codes and all the other stuff that are around there. Can you camp on that property? You can camp on that property. You can't go make a mess out there, but you can camp. If you make a mess, the county's going to come a knocking. The man's going to be mad. You come making a mess. Long-term investor, great property. Now, why did I skip bucket 2? Bucket 2 is typically somebody that wants to go out there and have a property that they can move on into in the future. While this might be the case, today there's no power. This is more of a recreational long-term spot. Therefore, it's more challenging to kind of make that into that bucket 2 component. So with that, as long as your eyes are wide open with it, if this is a good fit for you, go learn more right here. Let's look at our next property. Our next property is a 2.5 acre property in Navajo, Arizona. Now, Navajo is more on the eastern side of the state. 2.5 acres, $25,000. $5,000 down, $4,999 down, $499 a month for 48 months. Okay. Just being honest with you, like what I like about this property. What I like about this property is the power's there and the roads are there. So great property. I think that the pricing is pretty solid here. What I personally don't prefer is I don't like that $5,000 down payment. Now, this property is owned by Jim. Jim's a great guy. Jim's a reputable land seller. He's been doing this for a while. So if I were you and if I was looking for this property, I would contact him and say, hey, what can we do on the down payment? Let's talk about this. That's a pretty steep down payment. Okay, my own opinion. That's just the way that it is. Monthly payment, I think it's a good deal on the monthly payments. Remember, you're getting power in the area. Bucket 1, bucket 2, yes. Bucket 3, you might be able to camp on this property if that's you. Long-term investor, yes, great property for that component. However, again, like I said, I don't really love the down payment, but that's me. All right, so your mileage may vary on that one. All right, here we go. In Mojave, I like the headline here. Own your own camp escape in Golden Valley. Reserve it now, $400 down. So you're looking at a 2.5 acre, okay, 2.25 acre property, so 2.28 acres in Mojave for $8,000 with $400 down, $200 a month for 48 months. Okay, now let's look at this property here real fast. When we look at this property, you'll see that there's road access. Check, road access. Bam. You've got other homes in the area. If those other structures are down there, that simply means that that other people are able to do that and live in that area. So are you. So most likely there's power there, but you might want to, or very close, you might want to check on that. So again, if you're looking for a property in Mojave, now some of you are like, well, where's Mojave? Okay, think about Las Vegas. And Mojave is just south of Vegas in Arizona. Okay, so it's right there, right close by. Now, Mojave's a big county. So just because you're one county south of Vegas doesn't mean that you're 20 minutes away from the strip. You're probably like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours away, depending on where this is in the county. But again, if you want to learn more about this property, just simply go right here to this short code right here, this lmoto.ws/ that number. Write that down, put it in your browser when the video's over, learn more about this particular property, and see if it's a good fit for you. There we go. Let's move on, and we're going to go to Mojave. It says his and hers property. I don't know what that means. His and hers property in Dolan Springs, 2.31 acres. I don't know if it's two properties side by side. They don't really do a good job of explaining that there. I don't know, his or hers, like she gets one side, he gets the other side. I don't really know what that means. But if you go to that short code, maybe you can learn more about it. 2.35 acres, 8,500 cash price, 190 down, 190 a month for 48 months. Okay, all right. That's a good deal, especially the down payment and the monthly payments. Very affordable. And again, if you're looking for 2.25 acres, bam, Mojave, here you go. All right. We're going back to Apache. Whoa, I don't normally see 5 acre tracts in Apache. So 5 acres, 8,300 with 25% down. Okay, and then you'll see various terms there. Again, what I don't like is I don't like the 25% down. I like the deal. I don't know if I like the 25% down or not. So if you want to learn more about this 5 acres, and look, here's the thing about Apache. You don't normally see a lot of 5 acres in this area. You typically see like 1 acre properties, or maybe 2 that are side by side, making them 2 acres. So to see 5 here, that's pretty interesting. And also the fact that this is in St. John's. St. So Apache, the more northern part, that's the more like desert stuff up there. But then as you come down, you start to get some images like this. You start to get this these properties with trees and bushes. You get a little bit more of the vegetation as you go a little bit more closer to St. John's. So if you want to learn more about that one, go right to here and learn more about it. All right, let's change states here. And as we're bringing up our next state, our next state's going to be for us tonight, Colorado. I do want to kind of talk about some of the things I'm seeing in the chat here. So let's just see. I wish that Utah property was bigger. It's where I want to be though. Okay, I got you. What's the best way to find owner finance properties in tighter markets such as Montana? Okay, great question. So if you don't see a property here that I'm talking about and you don't see one on landmodo.com, what you could do is you could go to some of the Craigslist or even the Facebook marketplaces. So go to the Facebook marketplaces in those cities or in those states like Montana and see if there's a fit for you right there. But I'll tell you what, if you email sales@landmodo.com, I'll put that into the chat for you as well. If you just go here and there, I just put in the chat for you, sales@landmodo.com. If you go there and just email them like what state you're looking for, maybe some sizes, they might see if they can kind of help you out there. All right. Jay says, just found the channel. Welcome, Jay. Glad you are here. Let's see. Any waterfront properties? I'm not sure if we're going to see any tonight, but that doesn't mean that you wouldn't find some on landmodo.com. You can go there and look. One-armed monkey. Okay. One-armed monkey says, I'd love to get a hold of one of the blue quail tracks for 0 down, but I can't find a direct link. So listing, take me to other sellers. Okay. One-armed monkey. What I would tell you is email if you're looking for one of those 20-acre properties in blue quail, which is in Texas. I'm not sure if they still have 0 down. They might be low down payments like $188 or $200 a month or $200 down. Go and email that email I just gave you, sales@landmodo.com, and they'll be able to find you something. And tell them Scott said blue quail, low down payment. See if that works any magic for you. I can't promise you anything, but it might. All right, let's change states over here. We're going to go over to Colorado. In Colorado, you're going to see a lot of these in Costilla. Why are we going to see Costilla? One, it's it's extremely popular. So many people are looking for land in this particular area. What do they like about this area? Well, what they like about Costilla, what most people like about Costilla is the fact that it's extremely affordable. When you start to think about other areas of Colorado, like Denver or Park City or all these other areas, these ski resort areas, well, it becomes pricey. These properties are up in the mountains and these things, they're like $1 million views, okay? But I don't think that Costilla has any million. They might have the $1 million views, but not for the $1 million price. That's for sure. Now, most of the properties in Costilla are 5 acres. So if you look at this one right here that I'm talking about, this one's a 5-acre property. And in this 5-acre property, like you'll see right here, that didn't work for me. There we go. This 5-acre property, what you'll notice is that it's 5 acres, like most of them are. It's affordable. $12,950 for 5 acres, flexible on the down payment. But notice the monthly payment. Ooh, $100. Okay. Wow. 5 acres that you could seriously break out a Benjamin Franklin and control it and own it? Absolutely. You can learn more about that right there. What you're also going to notice here in Costilla is that there's different price points. And what I mean by that is that price point that I was just showing you, that's what I would call a mid-tier. Look at this one though, 21 acres, $55,000. This is 2 properties side by side up in the mountains. This is where the $1 million views happen for not a $1 million price, and a very reasonable, extremely reasonable monthly payment of $1,000. 21 acres up in the mountains, 2 properties. Now, why is the 2 properties a big deal? The 2 properties are a big deal because of this one thing. You see, the 2 properties are side by side. So you could buy them now for $55,000. And they're already there. They already have different codes and legal description and everything like that. In the future, maybe you want to split it off. So like, I think one of them's 10 acres and one of them's 11 acres. Well, you could start and say, hey, I'm going to keep the 11 acres and I'm going to sell off the 10 acres in the future. I did that once. I bought a property where there was two side by side. You know, they were side by side. I bought them both. I waited a few years where the price went up. They went up, and then I sold one of them, and I did pretty well to where my overall purchase price was way less. And you can do that with this particular property. Now, here's the thing. You're probably hearing in the news and everything like that a lot about inflation. Okay, like I know I am. It's like inflation. I saw a report today. Bacon is up 11%. Wow, bacon's up 11%. Okay, I went to the store and a pound of bacon was like $6. Well, okay, 11% of $6 is like 60 cents. That's a lot of money though, I get it, especially for bacon. But here is the thing. Here's the thing. Land holds its value. So as inflation goes up, so does the cost of land and some of the stuff that they don't make anymore. So if inflation is truly here, your greatest hedge against inflation is this, it's land. So a property like this where you can go and split, wow, you got a nice hedge against inflation here. So if you want to learn more about that, go right here. Okay. All right, let's keep working here. All right, so here's another 5-acre property in Costilla, $7,500. Now, we just looked at one that was up high in the mountains. That one up there that I just showed you for $55, that is a premium property because it's up there where the $1 million views are. This one is in the valley. So in the valley here, we have a property for 5 acres. Notice that it's $749 down, $149 a month for 47 months. Great property right here. You're going to be near the Rio Grande River. Long-term investment here. You want to learn more about it, just go right here to this short code. Write that down when the show's over, video's over, and learn more about this one. Here we go. Archuleta, Colorado. I've never seen a property in this county. Never. Like, wow, I almost didn't even know how to pronounce it. Okay. 1 acre, 1.2 acres, $27,000, flexible in the down payment. Look at the car payment value though. Look at the monthly payment, $434 a month for 42 months. You're up. I mean, I would personally want to learn more. When this video is over, I'm going to go learn more about this, way more about this county, because this one is very intriguing. Road access through there, just lots of trees. People tell me all the time, I want trees, I want trees. Here's your trees in Colorado. Here they are. But you'll notice there's a price difference in there, right? So just check it out, see if this is a good fit for you. And if so, take action on it. It won't be around for long, I don't think. All right, going back to Costilla, all the way to Costilla. Basically a 1 acre property. Notice power in the area for less than $6,000. $499 down, $159 a month. Power in the area is a big deal. It really is, because if you have to go in there and install the power, the power company is going to charge you a lot of money. And the only way that it works is if other people are having the power pulled along the way. So ideally, it gets pulled all the way down to you, or it's going to be coming to you. And, it doesn't necessarily have to be there today, but the fact that it's there and you can see it in this image, that's a winner. So for $499 down and $159 a month for this 1 acre property, I would be interested in learning more about this one. So if you are, go back to that short code right there, learn more about it, and we're going to change states here, and we're going to go over to Florida. Now, let me share with you again where we are here. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you the states that we're bringing up here. So the states that we're looking at tonight, we've already talked about Arizona. We've already talked about Colorado. We're heading on over to Florida. We got North Carolina coming up as well. So all of the states are right here. And again, if you want to see a property, maybe one that maybe you want to see Arizona and you're like, I missed it. No problem. Go right here to landmodo.com/YT19. That will take you to all of these properties. And that's right. No banks are needed at all here. So the owners are providing all of the owner financing and the seller financing here. So basically, it's easy peasy. It will be the easiest real estate transaction that you ever have to deal with, or ever get to deal with, I should say. All right, changing over to Florida, my home state, Port Charlotte, Florida. Man, if you've been around for a while, you know I love this area. So this is actually in Sarasota County. This is one of those areas I just love. This is an area called Northport. It's right near Port Charlotte. What do I love about this area? Well, this area, the fact that this area is right on the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, this is the area that I've grown up my entire life in the Gulf of Mexico. So I was asked, any waterfront properties? Well, this is not waterfront, but I can tell you this property is about 30 minutes from the beach. 30 minutes from the beach, 30 minutes from fishing, boating, whatever activity you want. And I'll tell you what. What I really like about this area, let's bring this big picture up again too. Notice how you have a house and then you have a lot of like wooded area. I mean, this area is not overpopulated. That's one of the things I like about it. It's not overpopulated. It's an area in which you still have the rural hometown kind of, feel because you've got all those trees around. You don't have house on top of house on top of house. You've got large stretches of land in between these houses. And you might say, okay, well, Scott, somebody's going to develop them eventually. Well, yeah, eventually they will develop them. It's just the way that it is. However, what will happen is you will probably have a decent amount of time between, whatever's going to happen and this happening, simply because there's just so much land out there. It's not going to be overdeveloped like overnight. So again, if you want to learn more about this property, check it out. There's the short code. And guess what? We're going to go 2 counties down from this one over to another one of my favorite counties, Lee County, 0.36 acres, $14,000. I see in the comments it says, hey, land is overpriced in my opinion. Okay, I get what you're saying, but I'll tell you what. I have seen properties just like this one right here. I've seen properties just like this selling for $20,000 way back in 2005. So, like back before the last real estate heyday, these same properties were selling for $35,000, $40,000. So when I look at these, I think that they're on sale. I think all of this land is really on sale because of the long-term benefits. So, if you want to learn more about this property, here it is. And notice what I really love is all of the flexibility. Flexible on the down payment, flexible on the monthly payments, flexibles on the term. I mean, isn't that what we should all be striving for? Flexibility? I think so. All right. Flexible. A buddy of mine always says he's flexible as a yogi. I'm not sure that he really is, but he likes to say that. All right, we've seen this property a few weeks back, and I'm going to say it's back, but this is a third of an acre, Clay County, Florida. Where is Clay County, Florida? It's up smack dab up there near Jacksonville, Florida, not too far from Jacksonville. And this particular property, $30,000 is the asking price. Down payment of $1,500 with a $473 a month for 84 months. Okay, so I mean, if you're looking for a property that you can go build on and something that you can enjoy, this is the one. I think it's the one. I like this area too. All right, staying in Florida. This one's now saying sold. It wasn't sold before we started this show, so this one's sold. I'm not even gonna waste any more time talking about it. Let's just change states and head on over. Our next state's gonna be New Mexico. Okay, New Mexico. All right. I'm a little hesitant because my other slide said North Carolina was up, but New Mexico. All right, let's just go over to New Mexico. Okay, this particular property is 0.6 acres for $6,200, $299 down, $148 a month for 60 months. I'll tell you what, a lot of people think of New Mexico as desert land, and someone will say to me, who wants to live in the desert? Look at this view. Road access. Look at these trees. These trees don't look like the desert. Okay, so you've got a nice, almost just over half an acre of wooded New Mexico mountain land for $6,200. That's the entire purchase price with $299 down and $148 a month. Okay, check it out. Learn more about it. See if this is a good fit for you, and if it is, take action on it because I don't see many like this often, and I don't think it will be around for a very long time. All right, now we're going to go over to North Carolina. Okay, a little out of order, out of sequence, but let's go check out what we have in North Carolina tonight. This one's in Brunswick, North Carolina. It's basically a half of an acre, $62,000, $10,000 down, flexible on the terms. Let's bring this up for a minute. Let's look at this. let's be honest about this property. Thing about this property is when we look at that beautiful drone picture there, look at that house that's over there. Okay, look at that house in the right side of the screen. That's a beautiful house. Okay, so this is going to tell you that this is going to be a more expensive area. And I can tell you right off the bat, without looking any further, this property is going to have a property owners association or homeowners association. So if you're a long-term investor, I'm going to pass on this one. If you're thinking about recreational purposes, I'm going to pass on this one. If you're thinking about a property that you want to build on in the future and have that dream home, well, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with this neighborhood. Okay, so you've got a marina here, you've got a clubhouse. This is not our typical property that we see on Landmodo, but man, this looks like a beautiful dream property. So again, if you want to learn more about this one, you know what to do. Just go to that short code and check it out. And even if you just want to be nosy, go check it out. Learn more about it. See if it might be a good fit for you. All right, change in states. Once again, we're going to go to Oregon. And we do have a Washington State here tonight as well. So let's look at what we have in Oregon. We have a Klamath property. We don't get a lot of Klamath properties. We see them from time to time, but not a lot. But of all of the Oregon properties I see, this is the most popular area. Property that's $8,000, $550 down, $197 a month for 60 months. I believe, I'm taking a guess here, but I believe that my buddy Landon, who I know works in this area, this might be his property. And he's a good guy to work with. He's pretty, he's a pretty well-known like swimmer. So, swimmer. Okay. So he's a legit guy. And if you want to learn more about this property, go check him out. Go check out this. And I could be wrong. This may not be Landon, and I just gave plugs to somebody else. But I mean, look at this view though. Beautiful trees. Okay. You got the beautiful trees in there, slightly graded. This is like nature, just general America at its core, and you get to sculpt it and to create it whatever you want. That's what I really love about land, is you get to create this thing to be what you want. Here's another Oregon property here. This one's in Lake County, Oregon, 7 acres for $13,000, so $13,000. Look at the value that you get in Lake here. I haven't really seen a lot of lake properties, but if this is Klamath for 1 acre for $8,000, man, look at the 7 acre value that you get in Lake for $13,000. See, and that is the thing, is it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to really look for the ultimate value, that's why I think that this show is really the best, because it's like you get to sample all of the properties and get a flavor for what areas are affordable or which ones might be a little bit more expensive. Like North Carolina is a little bit expensive there, but you come over here to Lake Oregon, 7 acres for $13,000. That's a winner. What if you're a bucket 4 user? What if you're a bucket 4 investor? You're like, buckets, it's in the description below. But a bucket 4 long-term investor for 7 acres, this is a win. This is a win here. So if you want to learn more about this property, go check it out. And remember, when you see that it's on there, when you see it on there where it says like flexible terms and all of that flexibility, why is that? Well, it's that way because all of these properties include seller financing. Okay. And the fact that it includes seller financing, that means that the owner is making it available to you. You don't have to worry about a bank. And so that's why you have a lot of options for the flexibility in there. And if this is one that you want to learn more about, definitely take action. Write down that short code, go to this after the video. And like I've always said, either call the seller and tell them you saw it on Landmodo, or you could just simply inquire right there from the website, and they'll send you they will get sent an email for you. Notice too, before I move on from this one, 7 acres with power poles. Wow. $13,000. That's a good deal. All right, let's head over to Tennessee. Before we get into the Tennessee properties tonight, I'll just tell you what's going on with we've got 30 tracts of land coming. We got 30 tracts of land in about an hour and a half outside of Nashville. Hour and a half to the west of Nashville. We've had 30 tracts of land coming. These are going to be between 5 and 8 acre tracts. Okay, they will have, the roads are there. We're waiting on them to survey them, is what's happening. And so the surveyors are in process. They've told me that they anticipate that the surveys will be complete next week. And so we are getting closer to having all of the details on that. So we're trying to finalize it up. I'm actually supposed to go up there not maybe next week. I'm supposed to be going up there next week to kind of see what's going on with that. So I will maybe be able to provide you with an update once I'm up there as well. But we are getting closer because the surveyors are finishing up their work as we proceed, or as we discussed. So look, if you want to learn more about this or be on the first to know, then look, I'm going to put an email in the chat here. It's TN, like the state abbreviation for Tennessee, TN@landmodo.com. What a lot of people tell me that they love about this particular area and these particular properties is that there's no rules, no restrictions, no county building zoning rules or regulations. Basically, you have ultimate freedom, just like America was intended. Good old freedom. So if you want to learn more about that or to be on the first to know list, just email tn@landmodo.com. And my assistant Jamie will take care of you from there and make sure that you are on the list. Now, with that, let's look at the property that we have here in Tennessee tonight. This is a 2-acre property, $40,000, $39,000 with $25,000. I mean, look, I should just stop here and say $25,000 is a little ridiculous for the down payment. But I'm not going to say, did I just say that out loud? Sorry. Okay, $25,000. That's a little steep. Really is. I think that I'm going to have to assume that this is wrong because the numbers just do not add up. $553 a month for 20 months. On top, no. There's got to be something wrong here. The numbers do not add up. So look, it's saying $39,000. If this is a property that you're looking for, it's 2 acres in Union, Tennessee, $39,000. If that's something that you're looking for with a lake area, and you want to learn more about that, then go over here. Pay attention to the numbers here because the numbers aren't adding up for whatever reason. This is what was submitted to me, but I don't like these numbers. Just don't make any sense to me at all. So if you want to learn more about this property, go learn about it, but use caution with the numbers. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like those numbers. Okay, Utah. Let's head over to Utah. Like I said, someone said to me the other day, hey, it said Utah, but there was no Utah. But I've made sure there's Utah tonight. And here's our Utah property. This is in Iron, Utah. It's a buildable lot, 0.28 acres, so a quarter acre, 32.7, and lots of flexibility on there. Okay, so when you look at all that flexibility, you got a buildable lot right there. This is in a subdivision, so this is going to be something that you're going to want to be able to build on. So if you're looking for something that's more recreational purposes, this is not it. Okay. Now, I just want to tell you a little bit about Utah because a lot of people will ask me about Utah and like different areas of it. And I would just say that one of the things that you want to make sure that you're paying attention to is be careful. If you're looking for properties in Box Elder County, be extremely careful because what happened was some people did some things, and what they did was they went through and they subdivided some of these properties in Box Elder. And when they did that, they basically made it so that it was not even sellable. So someone went in and bought all of these properties, all of them, okay, and just started selling these as quarter acres. You'll see these a lot on eBay. If you see a quarter acre in Box Elder, run. Do yourself a favor and run. Something you'll get stuck with, and it's not a good deal. So don't fall for it. All right, changing states here. We're going to go over to Washington State. And in Washington State, what we have here is we have a 0.2 acre property, $15,000 with $1,000 down, $329 a month, lots of flexibility on there. So we haven't had a property in Washington State on our show. So here we go. We got one in Washington State. Again, look at the two things I want you to look at. You can't even see it. Here we go. Now you can see it. Two things I want you to really think about here. This is in Pierce, Washington. So it's a buildable lot, $15,000, $1,000 down. Notice the monthly payment, $329 a month. Okay. So what is like $329 a month? Well, that's like a car payment. All right. And that's what this is. This is like, this land is going to be like a car payment for you. $1,000 down, $329 a month. But notice the fact that it says flexible. So the term is flexible. And what that means is that the seller is willing to work with you. So if this is a property that you would be interested in, or if any of these properties that I showed you tonight, you would be interested in them, well, then just understand that the sellers are able to work with you. So just because I show a number here tonight does not mean that this is locked in stone. Okay, talk to them, be honest with them, tell them what you're looking for, tell them what your price point is. It either works for you and works for them, or it doesn't. Move on and be patient. I know you're looking for land, but remember, this is what you're seeing tonight is a snapshot in time. It doesn't mean that it's like this is the end. This isn't our final 27 properties ever in America. There will be more land to come. Don't worry about that. Just be patient. Know what you want and go seek it. And by the way, this is just a sampling of all the properties that you'll see on landmodo.com. So if you don't see something here or a state that you're interested in and you want to learn more, go to landmodo.com and start searching for your states. And guess what? We're about 6 weeks away, 8 weeks away, 6 to 8 weeks away from launching our new website as well on Landmodo. It'll look different, had some more functionality. So I look forward to sharing that with you guys. I'm always glad you guys are here. I always appreciate the love that you guys put into the comments. Donna says she loves the show. I've been watching for a while. I'm glad you're here every Monday, streaming every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And with that, go find some land, look for that land connection, and I'll be sure to see you guys next week. Take care. Good night.